Okay, so Brandon, October the 2nd is when Alex tried to kill Brandon Boudreaux, right? I had never met Brandon up to that point. I'd heard about him a bunch, but I had never met him. And so I had reached out. Anyway, Brandon called me right a day or so after his attempted murder, and we started talking, and we were able to put a few things together, and that's when he was the one that mentioned that, was it him? Anyway, that he didn't know where they were, but that, anyway, it was a few weeks after that, because Brandon and I were talking often, and we had gotten together and hired retained Rich Robertson, and then it was after that, whenever we found out Tammy was dead. Brandon actually Googled Chad one day and found out that Tammy's name came up, her obituary came up. Yeah. Brandon saw that, and Brandon called his detective in Mesa or wherever he was, and said, "Hey, this lady is dead, and this is the guy that Lori's having an affair with." And Brandon talked to his detective and put it all together, which at that point I think is when they started talking to Rexburg and all that. We did not know about that. When did we find out they got married? No, we did know about it, because our detective called us and said that that they found out that Chad was saying that he got him a hot, loaded wife now. And
smoking hot.
No, Charles called her smoking. Yeah. He just called her a hot, loaded wife.
Yeah.
And we were like, wait, what? And then saying they were empty nesters, and we started getting that kind of feedback, and it was like, oh my God. I mean, at that point, the FBI was involved for JJ, and then in November is when we found out that Tylee was also missing, and because up at that point we didn't know. I didn't know she had gone to.
The only thing we knew that she was in college.
Yeah, but we didn't know she had gone to wherever. We didn't know she had left with Lori and JJ. I mean, it was just a blackout. We didn't know anything until Rich was able to uncover some things, and that put us on the right path. It was in December of 2019. I want to say it was early December. A detective, our detective in Chandler, look, I told him when all this started, look, don't dilly-dally around. You tell me the truth. You be honest and upfront, and don't candy coat it. Just be real. And so I was, and we're going to be real with you. We want you to be real with us. And so he called us one night in December, and he said, we were talking about other things, and then he said, look, guys, I hate to be the one to tell y'all this, but they don't think the kids are alive, but they don't know where they are. And anyway, we ended that call, and we both just fell apart. It was horrific. And then after a few minutes, I said, no, we don't know that they're dead, and until I know there's a body, he's not dead, and I don't believe it. She's hiding him somewhere. She is that vindictive. My biggest fear was that she would since she was the only mother, the only parent now, she could have given up her rights and let someone else adopt him, and I would have never, ever known where he was. Yeah. And that is what I thought the worst thing she could do to us was that.
One of the part of that, from my point, and it'll be from Kay's also, we were growing and accepting that we may never see him again. But we never gave up hope. We prayed. We got mad. every emotion you can think of, wanting JJ to be safe. But we also, at many conversations, said, what if?
Mm-mm.
And so were we prepared for the for that blunt answer? Maybe not. But regardless, it hurt us and it tore us up. And that's been hard for us to live with all this time. That where was he at? You know, we they expect us, and they told us that they didn't think he was alive. Well, our question was, well, where's he at? And even one day when we were in Rexburg, not long before they found JJ's bodies, we were out there at the fence, his memorial fence, and I told Kay, I said, JJ's out here somewhere. And there were people,
And I was like,
people
yeah, I was like,
standing around.
no,
And Kay,
they're not. He's not here.
and
Yeah.
Kay said,
Didn't
you
believe
know,
him. Wasn't gonna believe it.
Yeah, but I just had that intuition. My intuition is so strong at times, and I was standing there, and there was three other ladies standing there with us.
No, it was with John.
With John.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who it was. But there was some other people there, not with us, but right there by the fence. Three other ladies, I think. And I told her, I said, JJ's here somewhere, but I don't know where, but he's here someplace. And then we left, and I've never forgot that moment when I just, that feeling came over me.
When we got that phone call, that detective said, sit down. And we're like, he said,
he asked us, are y'all
you got to
sitting
get
down?
ready for this one. Because we had already been talking about all the twists. There was already twists and stuff in the story. And so that was a huge twist. But he said, hey, Alex is dead. And we're like, what?
Who killed
I mean, what?
Our first thing.
Thank God I was relieved because I was worried about him coming to get me because I got the money and and Lori didn't. I knew that he was her hitman, and I literally carried a gun inside around my house day and night until I learned he was dead. Then I was like, okay, done. I'm relaxed now.